The deception unveiled. The enormous alien vessel emerged from hyperspace like a metallic god breaking through reality itself. Its sleek silver hull gleamed under the distant light of Sol, dwarfing Earth's moon as it positioned itself in high orbit. Inside the command chamber of the galactic Dominion ship Sovereign's Crown, Ambassador Calith studied the blue planet with 4 obsidian eyes. "Fascinating," Calith murmured, his crystalline form shimmering with arrogance. "Another primitive world stumbling into the cosmos. They've barely mastered nuclear fusion." His second-in-command, Virak, nodded in agreement. "Their orbital platforms are crude constructions, my lord. Their satellites appear to be nothing more than communication relays and weather monitors. I detect no significant military presence." Calith's laugh echoed through the chamber like breaking glass. "Of course not. They're infants playing with toys. Dispatch the standard first contact protocol. We'll have them integrated into the Dominion within a cycle." What the aliens didn't know was that beneath Earth's seemingly primitive exterior lay the most elaborate deception in human history. For over a century, humanity had been preparing. Every public space advancement, every visible satellite, every moon-based tour had been carefully orchestrated theater designed to hide Earth's true capabilities. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Captain Sarah Jung stood before the combined Earth Defense Council. Her black uniform bore no insignia, but everyone in the room knew she commanded humanity's first true warship. "The Phoenix is ready, counselors," she reported, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "All systems are green. The fleet awaits your command." General Marcus Thompson, head of the secret Earth Defense Force, leaned forward. "The Dominion ship has initiated contact. They're transmitting their standard integration demands." "Let them," responded Director Elena Vasquez from her holographic display. "The longer they believe we're helpless, the greater our advantage." Sarah's eyes narrowed. "How long do we maintain the charade?" "Until they commit," Thompson replied. "Once they send their integration teams planetside, we strike." Above Earth, Ambassador Calith transmitted his message to the world's leaders. His holographic form appeared on every screen, his crystalline features arranged in what he considered a benevolent expression. "People of Earth," he began, "rejoice. The Galactic Dominion welcomes you into our grand civilization. Surrender your sovereignty, and we shall guide you to prosperity. Resist, and face consequences beyond your comprehension." In New York, President Harrison watched the broadcast with a carefully practiced expression of fear. Around her, advisors who knew nothing of Earth's true capabilities genuinely panicked. Their reactions were authentic, exactly what the aliens expected to see. Meanwhile, hidden in lunar craters, beneath ocean trenches, and camouflaged within asteroid fields, humanity's true fleet powered up. The Phoenix, flagship of Earth's space navy, was unlike anything the public imagined possible. 500 meters of advanced armor, quantum shielding, and weapons systems that would make the Dominion question their superiority. Commander Adrian Rivers checked his ground forces' readiness from his command center beneath Mount Everest. "All units report combat ready, Captain. The moment they land, we'll show them what Earth's really made of." Sarah nodded to her view screen. "Good hunting, Adrian. We'll handle things up here." As predicted, the Dominion deployed their integration pods. Hundreds of small craft descended toward major population centers, each carrying administrators ready to assume control. Calith watched from his throne, already planning which resources to extract first. "Their leaders appear compliant," Virak reported. "No military response detected." "As expected," Calith replied. "Primitive species always choose submission over annihilation." That was when everything changed. From the dark side of the moon, the Phoenix emerged. Its black hull was nearly invisible against space, but its presence was unmistakable as it accelerated toward the Dominion ship. Simultaneously, hidden facilities across Earth opened their blast doors. Hundreds of atmospheric fighters rose from underground hangars, their anti-gravity drives propelling them toward the descending integration pods. "By the void," Virak exclaimed as his sensors finally detected the approaching fleet. "Ambassador, we're detecting multiple hostile vessels." Khalith stood, his crystalline form flickering with disbelief. "Impossible. Our scans showed quantum masking fields." Sarah's voice cut through their communications. "We've been hiding our true capabilities for generations, waiting for someone like you to make the mistake of underestimating us." The Phoenix opened fire. Particle beams designed specifically to penetrate Dominion shields struck the Sovereign's crown with devastating precision. The massive alien ship shuddered under the assault. Across Earth's skies, atmospheric fighters engaged the integration pods. Advanced human weaponry tore through alien craft that had been designed to intimidate primitives, not face actual resistance. "All Dominion forces," Sarah broadcast. "This is Captain Zhang of Earth Defense Command. You have one chance to withdraw peacefully. Continue your invasion, and we will demonstrate exactly how primitive we are." Khalith's rage manifested as sharp geometric patterns across his crystalline skin. "You dare threaten the Dominion? We have conquered 1,000 worlds, and not one of them saw you coming." Sarah replied coldly. "We did. We've been studying your tactics, analyzing your technology, and preparing for this day since before your empire reached this arm of the galaxy." The Phoenix launched a volley of quantum torpedoes. The Dominion shields, designed to handle energy weapons from less advanced civilizations, buckled under the assault. Secondary explosions rippled across its hull. On Earth, Adrian's ground forces emerged from hidden bunkers. Powered armor units engaged landed Dominion troops with ruthless efficiency. The aliens, expecting to face frightened civilians, found themselves battling soldiers equipped with technology that rivaled their own. "Ambassador," Virak shouted over the chaos, "our ground forces are being overwhelmed. The humans have energy weapons, combat drones, tactical shields." "How?" Khalith demanded. "How could they hide this from us?" Sarah's ship moved into attack position, its weapons targeting the Dominion vessel's critical systems. "Because you never bothered to really look. You saw what we wanted you to see. Every satellite, every space station, every public rocket launch was a performance. The real Earth has been preparing for visitors like you." The battle raged across Earth's orbit and atmosphere. Human ships, smaller but more maneuverable than their Dominion counterparts, executed precise strikes against the alien fleet. Advanced AI systems coordinated attacks with millisecond precision. Lieutenant Commander James Chen led his fighter squadron against a group of Dominion cruisers. Delta formation. Target their engine clusters. His squadron's plasma cannons found their marks. The cruisers, designed for intimidating primitive worlds, proved vulnerable to Earth's specifically engineered weapons. Back aboard the Sovereign's crown, Khalith watched his invasion force crumble. "Signal the fleet. Full retreat." But Earth wasn't finished making its point. As the Dominion ships attempted to flee, they found themselves trapped in an artificial gravity well generated by a network of hidden satellites. "You came here thinking we were children taking our first steps into space," Sarah announced. "Instead, you found a species that learned to walk in shadows, preparing for the day when giants like you would try to step on us." The Phoenix moved in for the killing blow. Its main cannon, a weapon that channeled zero-point energy, targeted the Sovereign's crown's command section. "Wait," Khalith transmitted desperately. "We can negotiate." Sarah paused, her finger hovering over the firing control. "Negotiate? You came here demanding our surrender. You threatened our people with annihilation." "A misunderstanding," Khalith pleaded, his arrogance replaced by fear. "The Dominion can offer alliance, trade." "The Dominion will offer nothing," Sarah interrupted. "Earth will dictate terms. First, you will withdraw all forces from our system immediately." As the alien fleet began its humiliating retreat, humanity's true nature stood revealed, not as primitive newcomers to the galactic stage, but as patient predators who had waited in the shadows, learning, preparing, and finally striking when the moment was right. The message spread quickly through Dominion space. Earth was not to be trifled with. The humans had played the longest game, and they had won their opening move spectacularly. From his command center, General Thompson watched the retreating alien ships. Phase 1 complete. The galaxy knows we exist now. Director Vasquez nodded. And they know we're not prey. We're players. As the Phoenix and her sister ships took up defensive positions around Earth, Captain Sarah Jong allowed herself a small smile. Humanity's grand deception was over, but their true journey among the stars was just beginning. The battle for independence. The Dominion fleet's retreat was only temporary. Within hours, reinforcements began arriving at the edge of the solar system. Calith, his pride wounded and his reputation at stake, had called for backup. 12 heavy battleships, each 3 times the size of the Phoenix, emerged from hyperspace with weapons charged. Captain Sarah Jung studied the tactical display aboard her ship. They're forming a blockade pattern. They want to contain us. Typical Dominion strategy. Her tactical officer, Lieutenant Maria Rodriguez, noted, "They'll try to starve us out, force a surrender through attrition." Sarah shook her head. "They still don't understand. We've been preparing for this scenario too." Deep within Earth's military command, General Thompson coordinated the global response. Activate all orbital defense platforms. Bring the lunar batteries online. It's time to show them our full hand. What appeared to be ordinary communication satellites suddenly revealed their true nature. Weapons platforms emerged from concealed compartments, turning Earth's orbit into a fortress. The moon itself bristled with hidden railguns and missile silos. Admiral Vexor, commanding the Dominion reinforcement fleet, transmitted his ultimatum. "Humans of Earth, your resistance has been noted and will be punished. Surrender now, and some of you may yet survive to serve the Dominion." Sarah opened a channel to all Earth forces. "Remember your training. Remember why we fight. Not just for Earth, but for every species that ever fell to the Dominion's arrogance." The battle began with a ferocity that shocked even veteran Dominion commanders. Earth's fleet, though outnumbered, fought with coordination and precision that spoke of decades of preparation. Every ship knew its role. Every weapon had been designed with Dominion vulnerabilities in mind. Commander Adrian Rivers watched from his command bunker as the space battle unfolded. "Ground forces, stand by. They'll try atmospheric entry once they realize they can't win in orbit." His prediction proved accurate. As the Phoenix led a devastating strike against the Dominion's left flank, several alien dropships attempted to bypass the orbital defenses. They were met by Earth's atmospheric defense grid, a network of hidden installations that turned the sky into a killing field. "Plasma batteries engaging," reported Captain Lisa Wong from her position in the Himalayas. Targets locked. Beams of superheated plasma lanced upward, cutting through Dominion dropships like paper. Those that survived faced interceptor drones launched from camouflaged silos across every continent. In space, the battle reached its crescendo. The Phoenix engaged Admiral Vexor's flagship directly, matching the larger vessel's firepower with superior tactics and technology. Sarah had studied Dominion battle doctrine for years, anticipating their every move. Hard to port. She commanded as the alien dreadnought fired its main cannon. The Phoenix rolled, the massive energy beam missing by meters. Return fire, all forward batteries. The human warship's response was devastating. Quantum torpedoes and particle beams hammered the Dominion flagship's shields, exploiting weaknesses identified through years of analysis. Lieutenant Chen's fighter squadron weaved through the chaos, targeting critical systems on enemy ships. Remember, people, they rely heavily on centralized command. Take out their communication arrays, and they fall apart. His squadron executed a perfect attack run, destroying the antenna clusters on 3 Dominion cruisers. Without coordination, the alien ships began firing erratically, some even hitting their own allies. On Earth, the ground battle intensified. Dominion shock troops, genetically engineered for combat, faced human soldiers in powered armor. But where the aliens relied on brute force, humans employed tactics, technology, and sheer determination. Sergeant David Kim led his squad through the ruins of Seoul, where Dominion forces had established a beachhead. Neural disruptors ready. On my mark. The human soldiers activated devices that interfered with the aliens' hive mind communication. Suddenly isolated from their collective, the Dominion troops became disoriented, easy targets for precision strikes. Back in orbit, the tide was turning. The Phoenix had crippled Admiral Vexor's flagship, and Earth's fleet was systematically dismantling the Dominion blockade. Hidden weapon platforms revealed themselves one after another, each adding to the overwhelming firepower directed at the invaders. Admiral Vexor, Sarah transmitted to the burning alien dreadnought, "This is your final warning. Withdraw now or face complete destruction." The Dominion commander's response was a roar of fury. "The Dominion does not retreat. We will glass your world before we accept defeat from primitives." "Then you've made your choice," Sarah replied coldly. She turned to her crew. "Execute Omega Protocol." From the asteroid belt, humanity's ultimate surprise emerged. The Prometheus, a ship even the Earth Defense Council had kept secret, activated its experimental singularity weapon. The massive vessel, built inside a hollowed-out asteroid, had one purpose: to end threats to Earth permanently. The singularity weapon fired, creating a controlled black hole that began consuming the Dominion fleet. Ships were torn apart by gravitational forces beyond their ability to resist. Admiral Vexor's dreadnought, already crippled, was pulled inexorably toward oblivion. "Impossible," Vexor screamed over the comm. "No primitive species could possess such technology." "We stopped being primitive the moment you decided we were," Sarah responded. "We just let you believe otherwise." As the Dominion fleet was systematically destroyed, Earth's forces pressed their advantage. Ground troops liberated cities across the globe. Fighter squadrons secured orbital space. The lunar batteries picked off any alien ship attempting to escape. Ambassador Khaleth, watching the destruction from his damaged vessel, finally understood the magnitude of his miscalculation. The humans hadn't just prepared for invasion. They had prepared for war with an empire. Every aspect of their society had been geared toward this moment, hidden behind a facade of technological infancy. The battle lasted 18 hours. When it ended, the Dominion Expeditionary Force was completely destroyed. Not a single alien ship escaped to warn their empire of Earth's true capabilities. General Thompson surveyed the aftermath from Earth Command. Casualty reports. "Lighter than projected," Director Vasquez replied. "The element of surprise worked perfectly. They never adapted to our tactics." Sarah brought the Phoenix into low Earth orbit, her ship scared but victorious. "What's our next move?" "Now," Thompson said grimly, "we take the fight to them. They'd wanted to add Earth to their empire. Instead, we'll show the galaxy that empires can fall." Across Earth, victory celebrations were tempered by the knowledge that this was just the beginning. Humanity had won its first battle against the Dominion, but the war for true independence was just beginning. In the wreckage of alien ships, human salvage teams found confirmation of what Earth's leaders had long suspected. The Dominion had conquered hundreds of worlds, each time using the same tactics that had failed so spectacularly against Earth. "We're not just fighting for ourselves anymore," Sarah told her crew as they watched salvage operations from the Phoenix's bridge. "We're fighting for every species the Dominion has crushed." As Earth's fleet regrouped and repaired, preparations began for the next phase. Humanity would no longer hide in the shadows. They would take their place among the stars, not as subjects of an empire, but as liberators. The Dominion had thought Earth was easy prey. They had learned, at terrible cost, that humans were anything but primitive. Now the galaxy would learn that lesson too. A new galactic order. 3 months after the Battle of Earth, humanity stood at a crossroads. The Dominion Empire, reeling from its first major defeat in millennia, had gone silent. No retaliatory fleet appeared. No ultimatums arrived. The galaxy held its breath, waiting to see what the upstart humans would do next. In the newly constructed Unity station orbiting Mars, representatives from Earth's nations gathered with military leaders to decide humanity's future. Captain Sarah Jung, now promoted to admiral for her role in Earth's defense, stood before the assembly. "We've intercepted Dominion communications," she reported. "Their empire is fracturing. News of their defeat has sparked rebellions on dozens of worlds." General Thompson nodded gravely. "We have a choice. We can fortify our system and hope they leave us alone. Or we can finish what we started." Director Vasquez completed. "Free the galaxy from Dominion rule." The debate raged for hours. Some argued for isolation, others for liberation. Finally, President Harrison spoke. "For a century, we hid our strength out of fear. No more. Earth will not turn its back on those who suffer under tyranny." The decision made, humanity launched Operation Constellation. Using captured Dominion technology combined with their own innovations, Earth's fleet expanded rapidly. The Phoenix led the first expeditionary force beyond the solar system. Their first stop was Kepler 186f, a world the Dominion had conquered 50 years prior. The native Kilani, a peaceful aquatic species, had been forced into servitude, their oceans mined for resources. Admiral Jung approached the Dominion garrison commander via hologram. "Commander Drax, you have 1 hour to evacuate your forces." The reptilian commander laughed. "You defeated one fleet through trickery. The Dominion still controls 1,000 worlds." "Correction," Sarah replied. "The Dominion controlled 1,000 worlds. Check your communication logs." As Drax frantically accessed his systems, he discovered the truth. Across the sector, human strike teams had already liberated 17 planets. Each victory inspired more rebellions. The Dominion's carefully maintained control was crumbling. Sarah smiled grimly. "We're one species that spent a century studying every weakness in your empire. We know how you think, how you fight, how you control, and we've shared that knowledge." The liberation of Kepler 186f took less than a day. The Kilani, witnessing their oppressors flee before human ships, emerged from their ocean depths in celebration. Their elder, a being of incredible age and wisdom, approached the human delegation on the beach. "Why do you help us?" she asked through a translator. "What do you want in return?" Commander Adrian Rivers, leading the ground team, knelt to meet her eye level. "We want allies, not subjects. Friends, not slaves." The Dominion made the galaxy a hierarchy. We're going to make it a community. Word of Earth's liberation campaign spread faster than their ships could travel. On countless worlds, resistance movements that had hidden for generations emerged into the light. Humanity provided them with weapons, technology, and most importantly, hope. 6 months into Operation Constellation, the unthinkable happened. A delegation from the Dominion core worlds requested a meeting, not to threaten or demand, but to negotiate. The meeting took place aboard Unity Station. Supreme Executor Maleth, leader of what remained of the Dominion government, faced Admiral Jung across a conference table. "You have destroyed in months what we built over millennia," Maleth said, his crystalline form dim with exhaustion. "We destroyed nothing," Sarah corrected. "We revealed the truth, that your empire was built on fear, not strength. The moment that fear disappeared, your control evaporated." Maleth's form flickered. "What are your terms?" "Complete withdrawal from all occupied worlds. Dissolution of the Dominion military. Reparations to species you've exploited." Sarah leaned forward. "And you'll help us establish something new." The Treaty of Unity was signed 1 year after Earth's first contact with the Dominion. It established the Galactic Alliance, a voluntary federation of worlds based on mutual respect and cooperation. Earth, despite protests from some members, refused to leave the alliance. "We didn't fight to replace one empire with another, President Harrison explained at the signing ceremony. We fought for the right of every species to choose their own path. The aftermath of the Dominion's fall revealed the true extent of humanity's century-long deception. Hidden bases throughout the solar system came to light. Advanced technologies were shared freely with Alliance members. The story of Earth's patient resistance became legend. Former Ambassador Calith, now serving as a liaison between the remnants of the Dominion and the Alliance, admitted his people's greatest error. We thought technological advancement equaled wisdom. We thought visible power was the only kind that mattered. Earth taught us that true strength lies in patience, preparation, and the willingness to fight for others. 5 years after first contact, the galaxy had transformed. Where the Dominion had enforced uniformity, the Alliance celebrated diversity. Trade routes reopened, not for exploitation, but for mutual benefit. Scientific knowledge flowed freely between worlds. Admiral Sarah Jong retired from military service to become Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Alliance. At her farewell ceremony aboard the Phoenix, she addressed her crew one final time. We started this journey hiding in shadows, afraid of what the galaxy might bring. We emerged from those shadows not as conquerors, but as liberators. Remember this always. We didn't win because our weapons were stronger. We won because our cause was just. The Phoenix itself became a museum, orbiting Earth as a reminder of humanity's finest hour. School children visited to learn about the generation that saved not just Earth, but hundreds of worlds from tyranny. In the Kilani Oceans, in the Vaxar Hive cities, on countless worlds across the galaxy, monuments rose depicting the moment human ships appeared in their skies, not as invaders, but as liberators. The story of Earth's great deception and greater revelation spread far beyond the borders of the former Dominion. Yet humanity never forgot the lesson that shaped their emergence onto the galactic stage. Even as they shared technology and knowledge freely, certain secrets remained hidden. Deep beneath Earth's surface, in facilities known only to a select few, research continued. Development proceeded. Preparation endured. Because humans understood what the Dominion never had, that the greatest strength is not in what you reveal, but in what you keep hidden until the moment it matters most. In the Grand Council chamber of the Galactic Alliance, where representatives from 100 free worlds gathered, Earth's delegate often reminded them of this wisdom. Peace through strength, cooperation through respect, and always, always, prepare for the day when someone forgets these lessons. The Dominion had thought Earth was young and weak. They discovered that humanity had been neither. Instead, they found a species that had mastered the art of patience, the science of preparation, and the courage to stand against tyranny, not just for themselves, but for all who suffered under oppression. As Earth took its place among the stars, not as rulers but as equals, the galaxy learned what it truly meant to be human. Not in our capacity for destruction, though that was formidable. Not in our technological achievements, though they were impressive, but in our unwavering belief that freedom is worth any price and that no species should kneel before another. The stars belonged to everyone now, and humanity would make sure they stayed that way. End of story.